let's say you're walking through the park and suddenly there's like, I don't know, a group of 5 or 6 guys who are trying to rob you. They surround you. Like, what do you do? Like, what's
Yeah.
your first
You
reflex? Welcome to Could Be Genius, where half-baked ideas get to shine.
We're not here to make it perfect, just to see how far it goes. Then it's your problem. Welcome.
Welcome to you too.
Yeah.
Thanks for being here this morning. We are sitting in a tunnel for pedestrians and cyclists.
I think, is it a train that runs above?
No,
Or
it's a street for
it's a street.
cars
Okay.
that is running above. And this tunnel connects us to the Donau,
Okay.
or Donaukanal to be correct. And you see in the tunnel that there's a lot of graffiti, right?
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I don't know if it's graffiti or art, or some of it could be graffiti. I don't know if there's a distinction between art and graffiti.
Graffiti can be
If,
art, right?
yeah,
Or maybe graffiti is art.
maybe graffiti is art.
Anyways,
But that's not what we're going to talk
no,
about, is it?
it's not.
Okay, good.
But it's linked to this tunnel. I mean, not this tunnel in particular, but more, now this tunnel, it looks nice, right? It's snowing, it's daylight, there's some people passing by, walking their dogs and so on. But this tunnel is pretty close to my house.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna go into specifics
Do you
there.
walk through it a lot?
Yeah, it happens, yeah. Or I go and visit some friends and then I come back at night.
Uh-huh.
Then I drive with the bicycle next to the Donau Canal and then I drive through the tunnel and so on. And I can tell you, like, at night, it's a bit more, it's
Sketchy?
not dangerous, but it feels a bit more
A little
sketchy.
sketchy,
Yeah.
huh?
And that's why we're here, for the sketchy
For the
parts.
sketchiness.
Yes. Helicopter.
Yeah.
Basically, the idea that I want to present today is linked to, like, walking home late at night. You're completely by yourself. Maybe you have to walk through a sketchy tunnel. Maybe you have to walk through a sketchy neighborhood. Maybe you have to walk through a park, right? And sometimes it happens that you don't feel 100% safe. Okay.
Right. I think everyone can relate to that, right? There's moments when you're kind of like, oh, should I walk through this tunnel or not?
Yeah. And obviously, there's a lot of things that happened already in the past. People getting attacked or robbed, or girls getting harassed, or whatever. So this is where the idea is linked to. Like, how can you feel more safe in those situations?
Right.
I was not sure if you wanted to say something or if you were just
No,
breathing in.
no. I'm just trying to I'm trying to relate to myself, like where I've been in moments like that where I'm like, okay, this is, yeah. And then sometimes you have, like I remember this situation once where I was walking through a park at nighttime, and I had a pocket knife in my pocket. This was a long time ago, and I had my hand in my pocket holding the pocket knife just in case something happened.
Yeah.
It's more paranoia. Obviously, nothing happened. It's rare that something like that would happen, maybe. But you always take precaution. You want to
Yeah.
take precaution. You want to be ready.
No, it's safe for me. It also happened already that I walk home in the middle of the night, that I hold like my one of my keys between my fingers, just to be. But it's more,
Stay away.
yeah. But it's more, maybe it's indeed more paranoia. But still, you don't feel 100% safe in those
Right.
situations. Even if you're in a very safe place and so on, things can always happen.
I think mentally also you kind of prepare yourself. Like if something were to happen right now, what would I do? Would I run? Would I, what would I do? So you kind of like you run these things through your head too. I think it's
Yeah.
human nature.
Yeah. And then basically, let's imagine something happens. Like, of course, in most cases, even if you feel unsafe, nothing's gonna happen. But something could happen. Like, what would you do? Let's say you're walking through the park and suddenly there's like, I don't know, a group of 5 or 6 guys who are trying to rob you. They surround you. Like, what do you do? Like, what's
Yeah.
your first
You
reflex?
like you feel it, right? You feel like okay, something's wrong, something's off, it's not normal. You feel a little bit threatened. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't say I'm a fast runner, but I
But you
can.
run occasionally.
So my first instinct would be to run. But if it's five people and if they're also like very athletic and they can outrun me, then obviously I'm screwed, you know? So it
Yeah.
depends on the situation, how far they are, if they're close by. Against five, four people, I would have no chance. So I think my first instinct would be if I felt threatened and they were approaching me in a threatening way, I would start running as fast as I could and maybe scream. 'Cause we don't feel comfortable doing that, but I think screaming obviously is the smartest thing to do,
Mm.
hoping that someone nearby hears you. But maybe socially it's awkward to start screaming really loud.
How
And
would you scream?
how would I scream?
Can you give us a demo, or is that too personal?
Help! So now
It
someone,
works well with the
yeah,
tunnel,
the
huh?
echo. So now someone's gonna come and they're like,
And then
"What's going on?"
police is on the way.
But yeah,
Yeah.
I think screaming is actually maybe the smartest thing to do. I don't know.
Mm. Yeah.
I've never been in a situation like that, honestly. So the only situation I can say I've been into, but it was in a car, was that some once someone cut me off, blah blah, and I may have flipped them off, and there was four people in the car, and
Oh, they came out.
yeah they went like this, and then I kept driving, and I saw them
You're
turn
like,
around. And oh shit! So I was like driving really fast, going through the little side streets and all, and trying to, and then I noticed they weren't behind me anymore, and I was scared. I'm like, if these people catch up to me or something happens and they run in the car, they have guns, knives. I don't know. What am I gonna
that's when
do?
you did your 360 spin on the
Yeah,
road.
that's when I was like, but then you're in the car, right? You're more,
Yeah, yeah,
you're
yeah,
more
yeah.
safe. You lock the door,
Yeah.
whatever.
No, I think, and then I think if we would go more to, well, women in particular, could also happen to men, who walk home, right? Unfortunately, it happens that they get harassed or whatever by a group of men. I read an article lately in Belgium even that I think it was even like a 55-year-old woman
Yeah,
who was pushed from her bicycle in the morning. She was driving to work in a park, and then she was dragged into the bushes and she was raped by a 20-year-old
oh
guy.
my
Or
god.
so those things happen,
Yeah,
right?
no, for sure.
I think what the problem is a bit there. Obviously, the guys are the problem, but for me, the problem is also that the women or the girls, they cannot respond or they cannot ask for help quick enough. Imagine you're walking and suddenly from behind someone pushes you to the ground. You don't have time to get your phone and like, oh, let me call the police or let me
Yeah,
send a signal to my parents or whatever. It happens like super instantly, right?
right. Yeah, in those situations, there's no way you can reach to your phone, dial a number, and call for help. I think it happens really quickly.
Yeah. So that's a bit where the idea is going to, like, how can we have something there that makes it possible to react instantly when such a thing happens.
I think that's the key. You need to be quick. You don't have really time to think.
Yeah. And then you're maybe thinking about, I think in the US for sure, people use a lot of pepper spray, right? But okay, pepper spray, it's also like a spray can. I don't know, you're probably not gonna have it in your hand like while you're walking
I
home,
think,
right?
yeah, usually it's in your purse or
Yeah.
in your pocket, in your jacket. Maybe even, I don't know. I don't think people have it in a keychain or
Yeah.
something, right?
So then again, you need time. You can't
Yeah.
say, "Oh, wait 1 second.
Let me
Let me get something in
look
my
over
purse."
there.
Yeah. So this is the issue. So what I'm thinking of, what if there would be like a small, I don't know, we have to discuss together where it goes, but like a small pot, okay, which you could hold in your hand, and
Uh-huh.
in this pot there is, for example, a certain liquid, okay, and the thing is, okay, let's imagine I'm walking home on my own. I don't feel safe. Instead of holding my pocket knife in my pocket, instead of holding my key between my fingers, I have this little pot and I hold it in my hand and I just walk home. And if something would happen, the only thing I have to do is press the pot with my finger, it breaks, then the liquid comes out. Maybe the liquid is, for example, super stinky, it has a disgusting smell. Or I was also thinking maybe it could have like some peppers in it, and it's very, very like if it would get in your eyes, it's like you would cut a pepper and then rub your eyes, and you're like, ah, damn it.
Okay.
And then when someone attacks you, you instantly can press it and you try to hit the attacker, and like this, it gets resolved.
It distracts them.
Yeah,
Okay, can we back up a little bit?
of
I
course.
have some questions now. So the scenario you just gave, it's you're premeditating, you could potentially get attacked because
Yeah,
I'm walking through this tunnel. I heard shit happens in this tunnel. Let me be prepared.
yeah.
I have this thing in my hand. But how is it now different than from the pepper spray? Because you were saying, because then, before you walk through the tunnel, you just go in your purse, grab your pepper spray, and, walk like this, and like, you know. So,
Yeah.
because you were saying, a situation where you can't really prepare.
2 points. 1 point for me, the pot would be way smaller than the pepper spray.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's really something you could just rest it in your hand and just close your hand, and that's it. You don't have to hold a can. Second point with pepper spray, I know in Europe there's a lot of countries where it's illegal. Okay, so you're not even allowed to have it. So I think it's still a more quick response
Yeah.
compared to the pepper spray one.
Okay, let's.
And maybe the pot, like the liquid that is in, maybe it doesn't have to be so aggressive compared to pepper spray. Maybe it can indeed be something, I don't know, a disgusting smell or whatever. Imagine you're a woman, you're walking home, there's a guy trying to harass you, you break the pot, there's a disgusting smell, and somehow you're able to hit it on the face of the guy. So the guy smells it and he's like, Jesus, what the hell? Where have you been? And then he backs off because like what? It's like it surprises him.
Yeah.
It catches him, and he's like, okay, never mind, I'm out of here.
Okay. Can I ask a question that I am sure our audience will ask at this point now? They'll say, how is it different than the stink bomb?
Yeah, that's a good one. Sting bombs were, I don't know if it's still the thing,
I
but
don't know either.
but
I remember as a kid they used to have like the prankster kids used to bring stink bombs to the class, and they throw it. I think there used to be these glass capsules with the stinky stuff in it,
mhm,
and then they throw it in, and then oh my God, it smells, and then they start running.
mhm. Maybe it can be similar, but I think it could also differ by for example, having the thing that I said with the spices. Maybe it can be something that irritates instead of smells. Because imagine you're walking outside, it's very windy, you press this thing, all the disgusting smell gets lost, and then, or maybe it can be something that also stains on the
Ah,
attacker. Like you press it, I push it on you, and
uh-huh.
it makes a whole stain on your clothing.
Ooh, now I like that
So it
one.
sticks. It really sticks to it.
No, I like that one because
There's some nervous dogs.
can I ask you a question? Because what's the because when we talk about some smells that are really bad, what's like the worst smell you ever smelled?
Well, I know because I had some I am
Talking.
I had some chemistry,
Uh-huh.
a lot of chemistry actually, and there is one substance. It's called H2S,
Uh-huh.
and this is typically the smell of rotten eggs.
Ah, okay.
And this is a chemical or like a composition that is pretty easy to make as well. And this really smells disgusting because I remember my teacher in chemics. He made it once and he let everyone smell. Everyone was like,
You can't resist, right? I
yeah.
mean,
So
it's like
that's
something you were like
disgusting.
your first instinct is to like, fuck, let me
So
get
that's the
out of
first,
here.
yeah, that's the first thing that comes into my mind.
No, I like that. I like that, especially when you said the paint thing, because when I think about, the smell and then if it has some paint thing, because then what would happen, the attacker runs away.
Mm-hmm.
The person who got attacked, first instinct would be to call the cops.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, I'm at this address, blah, blah, blah. Someone just tried to attack me. And then the cops will come and start maybe driving around the neighborhood looking for this person. if it was like a neon paint that
Yeah,
kind of
maybe yeah.
glows,
Under a certain under black light
yeah,
or
and you can't
whatever.
wash it
Yeah,
off,
yeah,
and it stains like even their skin,
yeah.
and you can't wash it off.
Oh,
Maybe
shit.
take.
Wait, you have to. We have to wait. Oh, okay.
Hello. What you need?
Hey, thanks. Thanks for having me.
Maybe so it stains your skin too, right? So it has a smell
I think you
and
have to be closer.
and it stains their skin. I think that would be cool. Do you think
Stains
about
their skin.
like a paint, like stains or has like a neon color on their skin that's not maybe it takes a couple days for it to be washed off, like those kids
Yeah.
tattoos, you
Or
know?
or it bleaches your clothes. You're having a blue sweater.
Uh-huh.
You're attacking someone. It puts this thing on. She or he puts this thing on you, and
Uh-huh.
the blue bleaches out,
Right?
and it's a whole mark on the sweater. And like this would also be easy for like authorities to find you after this.
No, I like that one. I think it needs to be a little bit different because there's stink bombs, and I think you can still get them, and those you can find in prankster shops and stuff. So I think it needs to be a little bit different than that. It needs to have
Hmm.
another indicator to let mark the attacker, if you will.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
and I always, me, I like wearables, right? So we talked about the wristband.
You're the guy
The opposite of this, actually, the one
with
that has a good smell, a perfume, whatever. Like, would it make sense to have this device somehow on your wristband? And then, like, if I don't know how you would.
But then I don't fully believe in this because this reminds me of smartwatches. Because there is the possibility, and maybe some of the people who are listening will also, think about this argument, that there is the possibility to send an SOS or to call the
On your
police on
smartwatch,
your
right?
watch with one button.
Yeah,
But once again, if your watch is on the right, you have to press it with the left. Like you cannot, you know.
yeah,
So it still takes time. If someone grabs you suddenly, if it's all in the same hands, you can anyhow do it. So that's still the argument that the watch is not better, and I think the wristband would be very similar because you still have to activate it somehow with the other hand.
yeah. The other good thing is this type of thing with the smell is even if you're wrong, let's say you think someone's going to attack you, you panic, you have it in your hand, you throw it at that person, and that person is not even going to attack you. It can't really.
Oops, I'm sorry.
Yeah,
Jeez,
yeah, exactly. Can you
angry
use it?
dog.
Can you use it on dogs?
I don't know. For me, it's
Because
more
how people
something.
get bit by dogs a lot too. Like the postman and stuff like that.
I can't believe we got barked at.
Yeah. So,
For me, it's more something that you destroy yourself instead of throwing.
look, you activate it by pushing
Yeah.
it, and then.
The other thing that I thought, what if you put a little bit more of technology in it?
Mhm.
What if, for example, the moment you push it, there's also some small sensor or whatever into it that sends a live location to emergency contacts.
Okay.
So then, okay, let's say I'm walking somewhere, I have this little pot, I feel unsafe, something happens, there's two guys trying to rob me in the park. I press the thing and it automatically gives a signal to, I don't know, to you, and it's with a description saying, oh, I don't know, whatever, someone pressed their pot, they are in trouble, this is their live location. And then you can just follow my location via my phone for the next hour or
So it has
something.
like a little battery in it.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a little sensor or I don't
Yeah.
know what.
Yeah, I think it needs to have something extra to it than just like the smell
Yeah.
capsule. It needs to have like the color thing that we talked about, maybe even a little siren that gets activated. If not
Yeah.
the SOS, like calling the emergency, maybe like a loud noise that when
Yeah.
it's triggered, it makes a loud noise. The noise will distract the person, the smell will distract the person. Now there's like this weird paint on this person,
Yeah.
and then it's kind
Yeah.
of like this shock thing. The person will like then run away, you'll run away.
Yeah. No, exactly. I think then when a lot of different senses are triggered, and
Yeah.
this guy is like, "Well, what the hell? What's happening?" Suddenly it stinks. Suddenly I have the spot. Suddenly there's maybe a high pitching noise or whatever. Then I think a lot of people would back up.
The only thing that's missing for me now is the part where you have to take it out, you have to hold it in your hand. Because I'm sure there's a lot of people out there, they say, I was in a place I didn't even expect to be
That's true.
attacked. It was a normal place I walk every day. It was unexpected. I think
Yeah.
there needs to be, I mean, easier maybe way of accessing it. Could it be part of, I don't know, your zipper or something? I know I keep going back to it, but some
Yeah.
where it's maybe more accessible than reaching in your purse, in your pocket. Because also, you have all this clutter in your purse.
Mm.
Where are you gonna
Yeah.
put it? I mean, I think people want more. You have your chapstick, you have your lipstick, you have your
Hmm.
whatever phone keys. It needs to be somehow
Yeah. Yeah.
attachable.
No, no, that's true.
Maybe a
And
magnet, like this microphone you can attach somewhere.
yeah.
You're walking now, it's nighttime, or I just have it all the time with my jacket. I don't know.
Yeah, no, that's true. I think indeed maybe
Ooh,
it shouldn't
sorry.
be
What if it's
loose.
what
Yeah.
if it's like attached on your shoe? Like I don't know, you put it on your shoelace, and when you get attacked, like, or like you push a button. I don't know, something like that.
Yeah, but the thing is, I don't think you always have the chance
Kick?
to kick.
You don't?
I don't know. Maybe
Should
you do. I was also
should we do
thinking,
like a simulation where I try to attack you?
yeah, I'll try to kick you.
Maybe. Yeah. No, but I mean, those are some ideas. I don't
Yeah,
know. I think words could be somehow
yeah.
easily accessed. Like, I'm going out tonight. I'm putting it on my shoe. I'm putting on my zipper on my jacket. I don't know.
But it's a good point because I think in a lot of cases it also happens when you don't expect it, right?
I think so.
So yeah, the only thing there is why not the watch is again because you need both hands actually. You need one hand for the watch and with the other hand. So I was also thinking now that you mentioned this, what if there would be some kind of ring? Let's imagine you have a ring with a some diamond, but it's upside down. So the diamond is down.
Mm-hmm.
And then basically the diamond would have the liquid or it's a small pot or whatever, and you would activate it by pressing your thumb on your middle finger. Because this again is very easy to do. Even if you would attack me now, I can still
But it
do
can't be
this.
too easy.
But maybe you have to press three
Imagine like you're
times.
sitting
Like
in
tick, tick, tick.
class, you're at work, I don't know, and it accidentally triggers
But
it.
maybe you have to press it 3 times or like tuk tuk tuk
Yeah.
or tuk tuk tuk
Tuk
tuk.
tuk.
You
Yeah.
know?
Well, this is for our engineers
Yeah,
out
yeah,
there
it's engineer. Yeah.
I think, you obviously don't want to easily trigger it, in a weird
Yeah, that's
place
true. It's true.
at church.
Yeah.
It's
Well, I mean, everyone's just gonna think you farted, probably.
well, I hope it's worse than a fart smell, because in a fart smell, at least I think
Well,
people can tolerate.
there's different,
Well, there's different
you know.
levels,
Yeah,
right?
there are.
Do you think there's different levels of fart smells that you can like rank based on also spiciness level, There's really
Yeah, sure.
spicy,
Depends what you eat, right?
because then the scent would need to be top notch. Like it
Yeah.
needs to be beyond a fart, beyond like rotten food.
Yeah.
I once entered a metro because I asked you what the worst smell you ever smelled was. For me, the worst smell was I entered a metro once, and I don't know where it came from, and it was not a fart. It was just like it smelled rotten, like something was dying. It was the worst thing I ever, and I had to leave. I couldn't handle it.
Yeah. Oh, great group of
School's
kids.
out.
Yeah.
All right, that's a wrap.
That's a wrap.
We can have.
We cannot have children in our video, otherwise we
Yeah,
have to
it's
blur
not.
everyone.
It's 18 plus. Okay, so I think it's a great idea. I think it's missing right now, something like that, and it needs to be developed a little bit further than what currently exists, like pepper spray, stink
Mm,
bombs, some technology to it, a trigger, easy accessible.
yeah.
But then
Yeah.
it's a good thing.
Yes. I think it. I think it makes sense as well. I think it's a bit, there are some ways to do it already. You have your watch, you have your smartphone, you have whatever, but to have something instantaneously, I think it would be a good
Actually,
idea.
yeah, no, I think that's it. Actually, it's also because for kids nowadays, we always worry about our kids' safety, right? I mean, we have the smart watches for the kids. You can follow them and this and that. And could this work? I mean, I think it would be cool if kids could use it, but then the problem is you don't want kids to misuse it, right?
Yeah, then
Maybe
they
more
start
teenage.
playing with it, and
Yeah,
maybe
yeah.
at a certain age, teenagers. Well, I don't know. It would have to be looked
I
at.
mean, like,
Yeah,
if you have a daughter or something and, she's like 12, 13, 14,
yeah.
maybe it could make sense. I don't know.
You need to do some further investigation on it.
Yeah.
It's only
Well,
in
that's
the
why we
end.
have our smart audience out there.
Yeah, in the end, it's only a half-baked idea,
Yeah,
right?
our stupid ideas could be genius, right?
They
They
could
could
be.
be
They
genius.
could be genius.
Someone could make it
Yeah,
genius.
exactly.
All right.
All right.
Are we done?
I think we're
I
done.
think
Yeah,
we covered everything,
we
right?
covered everything. Well, my coffee is done as well. So,
All right.
all right. Thanks for listening
Thank you, guys.
to the
Thanks.
to the what the 15 dedicated listeners that we have. You rock.